ready to do some healing with the preacher. Yeah, baby, we're doing some monkey healing. You guys, this is the last one. The last spec I need to cover before Mr. Pandaria. Oh, congratulations to me. Yeah, we've done absolutely everything now. So if you're looking for any changes from patch 5.0.4, go and check out my Mr. Pandaria hub, and you can choose your class from there. The annotation is at the top. You can go and check it out there. Anything you want to know. This is the final one. It's the Mistweaver Monk, the healing spec. The first time Blizzard has introduced a new healing spec to the game. And it's pretty clear, after playing the Brewmaster and playing the Windwalker, this is the spec that received the most attention, because the synergy and the parallels this draws between other classes is so unique and so well designed that it's pretty clear this is the one that got most of the beef. This has got most of the attention, and rightfully so, as the brand new healing class, the first time they've ever tried to introduce a new healing class to the game. Is well worth it. Well worth it. So let's jump into the balls and the nitty gritty and the absolute deep pubic area of the Mistweaver healer. So, this one works on mana. Everything else we've seen works on energy. You will get a new stance called Stance of the Wise Serpent. It increases healing done by 20%, replaces your energy resource with mana. It grants hit and expertise equal to 50% of the spirit gained. Your attack power is equal to 200% of your spell power, and you no longer benefit from other sources of attack power. In addition, you also gain Eminence, causing you to heal the lowest health nearby target within 20 yards for an amount equal to 50% of non-auto attack damage you deal. So a lot of that stuff is about doing DPS. So some people reading that might be thinking, whoa, is this the new Disc Priest Preacher? Is this the new Cataclysm Disc Priest? Kind of, but not really. It's a little bit of a mishmash. What they've done is pulled things from all sorts of other classes. They said, oh, the Druids, that's pretty cool. The Resto Shaman, that's pretty cool. The Disc Priest, that's pretty cool. The Holy Priest, that's pretty cool. The Holy Pally, that's pretty cool. And then mishmashed it all together to create some sort of new and interesting ideas. We're still going to be managing two resources. Now, a lot of people are going to try and compare Mistweaver Chi to Holy Power. That's not quite true. Holy Power, remember, depending on how much Holy Power you have, benefits the spell more. So a 2 Holy Power Word of Glory is worse than a 3 Holy Power Word of Glory. Simple as, okay? Very easy. With Chi, things cost a set amount. It doesn't matter if you have 5 Chi or 4 Chi or 3 Chi. If that spell costs 2 Chi, it doesn't matter if you have more Chi or not. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter whatsoever. So, let's jump into what the spells are. We get Soothing Mist, a channeled heal. Now, one thing we should know about the Mistweaver healer is it breaks the mold in the classic Cataclysm style of having 3 basic core heals. The nice, small, light, mana-efficient heal. The middle heal, which heals for a larger amount and costs slightly more mana but has a larger cast time. And the big, fast, chunky, expensive heals for a shitload amount heal that we've always had in Cataclysm. Every single healer has those 3 core abilities. The Mistweaver does not work that way. In fact, it has 2 core heals. The Soothing Mist is the first one. So let's go ahead and cast Soothing Mist on that Gurkenbaum over there. There's your Soothing Mist. You can see it's a channeled spell, and it's generating me some Chi. You can see that there. And that's our light, efficient go-to heal. That's the one we want to use all the time. It's like shooting lasers out of your hand that are healing people. It's pretty cool. Let's read it. Heals the target for 50,000 over 7.4 seconds. You can clearly see that's affected by haste because it's got some random amount of seconds, etc. When you heal with Soothing Mist, you have a 25% chance to generate 1 Chi. Now, when it says when you heal, that means per tick. Okay, so you can get very random chance. You can see it's got ticks aligned to it. There's the heals, that's generated Chi, that's generated Chi. And keep going. Are we going to get another one? No. So we got 2 Chi out of that 1 cast. You can see how that's working. Our next heal is Renewing Mists, okay? Renewing Mists feels a little bit like a mix of Renew and Riptide, okay, from the Shamans, but it's had some little alterations as it has a jump around. So it's more relevant to call this a sort of Prayer of Mending Renew, okay? A Riptide Prayer of Mending type combination. Let's read it. You surround the target with Healing Mists, restoring some health every few seconds, so it's a heal over time for 16.6 seconds, and it generates 1 Chi. So we'll fire that off. I'll throw it myself, he's out of range. There you go, you get the Chi. There's the Renewing Mist. Now you can see there, it's got a 3 stack. Let's read it again. Renewing Mist travels to the closest nearby injured party and raid members within 20 yards up to 3 times. But that means, it doesn't mean like Prayer of Mending where the heal leaves. It also doesn't mean that person needs to take damage for it to move around. It will hop. It's a smart hot. It's so powerful. It's really crazily powerful. And as it jumps up to 3 times, that means we can have 4 renewing mists at any one time for 5,000 mana. We can get 4 hots out of 1 cast, and they last a long ass time. So you can spam this ability. You can see it's only got an 8-second cooldown. You can be a little bit spammy with it, but be aware, you're going to want to add this to your grid. You're going to want to be able to track renewing mists, especially if you're doing your 5-mans and that kind of stuff, just to see how many people have renewing mists on at a time. Because constantly spamming it is going to run you out of mana. It is, especially when you're in combat. It's a little bit of mana management going to come in later. But renewing mists is 4 hots in 1 cast. 4 hots on an 8-second cooldown, 1 cast, and it will hop. It doesn't wait for that person to take damage. It will go, okay, I'm on this dude. Who else needs some heals? That guy needs some heals, and it'll go, okay, well, I'm going to go jump to that guy as well. I'm still going to leave my hot on the first guy. Holy shit, those 2 ballers over there also need heals. And then it will spread, okay? It's going to spread itself around in a really clever way. It's a very cool little heal. Very nicely designed. I like it. Surging Mist. This costs 10,000 mana, as opposed to our 1,200 mana of our Soothing Mist. Surging Mist is very similar to sort of a flash heal. It's really expensive. It's got a 1.39 second cast, so it's really fast, and it heals for 40,000, and it generates a chi. It's really, really cool. Let's have a look at a Surging Mist. Surging Mist on me, boom! You can see there, straight up, 40,000 healing on me. Generates a chi, but look at the slap in the face my mana bar got. Look at that bad boy. Now, it has some more interactions with Soothing Mist. While it's casting Soothing Mist, if we go up to Gherkenbaum, you're getting all the gangster stuff here. You can see I'm Soothing Mist in Watch. I'm going to press my Surging Mist. Boom! Instant cast. While you're casting Soothing Mist, your Surging Mist becomes instant cast, okay? So what they've decided to do is, hell, if this guy needs mega spam heals, like the tank is in serious bullshit, while we're casting our Soothing Mist, we can spam Surging Mist really quickly. Let me demonstrate for you. Look, Surging Mist, Surging Mist. Look at that mana bar. Look at that mana bar. Boom, 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 boom. I'm Oh, that fucked us up. 70,000 crits, right? So what you're saying to yourself is, Preach, that looks really chaotic. It's okay. Instead of making 3 separate heals with a middle ground, a high ground, and a low ground, they've said, you know what? Let's just give them Surging Mist. And what they can decide to do as players is, if we spread around our Surging Mist, instead of spamming it, if we just go ahead, I'm going to pick Astanal, if we just go ahead and use a Surging Mist there, and then we wait, the mana rebuilds, and we're still generating chi, and then we throw out another Surging Mist there. So instead of having this middle ground heal and giving you an extra key binding, you could decide how many Surging Mists that guy might need, and therefore allowing some mana regen while your Soothing Mist is still healing. So you do have the 3 heals, but 2 of those heals are rolled into 1 Surging Mist and giving you the option of how many times you want to cast it. So remember, Surging Mist has a cast time unless you're casting Soothing Mist. The final spell it's going to give us here is Uplift. It costs 2 chi, so we're starting to see our finishers that come from our nice chi generation. Uplift. Requires Serpent Stance, of course we're in the Stance of the Wise Serpent. Heals all targets with your Renewing Mist active for 15,000. Costs 2 chi. So if we're doing a ton of AoE healing, we're throwing Renewing Mist on this guy, throw it on me, and then I'm doing some nice channeled spells, and I'm getting some chi generation. You can see Uplift is going to light up, hopefully, if I get a chi. And then I can do this. You can see I'm going to get the big heal for having Renewing Mist on me. So the more people that have Renewing Mist on them, the more powerful Uplift becomes. This is why it's important to track it, okay? It's going to be a really powerful heal. It seems weak, 15,000, but imagine you've got at least 4 people from 1 Renewing Mist. You've then got another 4 because you cast it in between time. It lasts 16 seconds, but it only has an 8-second cooldown. So that's at least 8 Renewing Mists. With Uplift and just with 2 chi, you've then healed them all for 15,000. And with other synergy we're going to talk about soon, you can have up to 20 people with Uplift on them at the same time and Renewing Mists on them at the same time, making incredible AoE healing. Okay, so let's jump into the spell book so we can talk more about this. Those are the 4 core spells it shows us there. Let's look at the rest of them. Now, you still get stuff like Blackout Kick. You still get Tiger Palm. You can see the Tiger Palms there. So you can do some DPS, but it is more designed for downtime in fights and regenerating a little bit of mana, okay? That's what it's really for. It costs chi, all that kind of stuff. All you want to be doing, all these abilities cost chi, they don't cost mana. If you have a really serious mana issue and you need to regenerate, that's fine. You can just go down, you can start doing some jabs, which are really cheap, generating some chi, doing some blackout kicks. So while you're regenerating some mana, you can still do a little bit of healing. But you're certainly not in a position in the early game to start just DPSing and healing the rest of the raid, the rest of the party, whatever it might be, like we could have done on the Disc Priest in Cataclysm. That's not really possible. These are talents. We're going to get to these soon, these talented stuff. Enveloping Mists. This is another one. This costs 3 chi. Okay, this is our second finisher that comes from chi. It heals the target for 111,000. 111,000 over 5 seconds. Wow. That is erection worthy. That is bonerific to the max. And increases the healing the target receives from your Soothing Mist, remember that's your channeled spell, by 30%. If cast while channeling Soothing Mist, Enveloping Mist will become instant cast. So the first thing you can see straight away is Soothing Mist needs to be such a core ability. We're using it all the damn time. And it's no problem with switching. It's so cheap and it only takes mana when it ticks, is that we can swap this bad boy around. And then we can go, oh, I'm doing single target tank healing. I can then keep this huge hot on. I can fire off my Enveloping Mist and look at the healing this guy starts receiving. You can see the massive amounts of hot damage and healing going on him all the time. Oh, I've got another 3 chi. I can then just refresh it. Enveloping Mist, there's the cast time of it. Another hot. Healing for so much, so quickly. A super powerful hot. That's what Enveloping Mist is. So now we have 2 finishers, very similar to the Holy Pally with their Light of Dawn and Word of Glory. We have a single target spell, Enveloping Mist, costs us 3 chi. Instant cast while channeling Soothing Mist. We also have Uplift, our AoE healing, similar to Light of Dawn, okay? All working with the Renewing Mist. So there's going to be a lot of interaction here, guys, between how you place stuff around and what your task is at that time. But very similar to the priests, the Holy Priests, lots of tools in the toolbox. Lots and lots of tools, so you can mix in around and do exactly what you want to do at the right time. We still have Expel Harm. It's super cheap and still generates 1 chi and still heals us. Very cool. Try and work that into your rotation. Very similar to a Holy Shock. Remember, it only heals us. Instantly heals yourself. What we're after is the super cheap chi generation, because the less spells we're using that cost mana, the more mana we have long term, and these chi spells are really, really cool. Uplift and Enveloping Mist are mega powerful. Very cool. Healing Spheres. Healing Spheres are the best HP per mana the monk has. You can have 3 down at a time. Let me drop these bad boys for you. Blah, 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 blah. Once you've activated, clicked on the spell, you can just spam them like this, okay? If you spam them like this, though, it does cost a lot of mana. But obviously, you're only supposed to plop 3 down. Now, these can be moved through to give healing. So you can plop them in the melee. You can plop them wherever you want. Let's read them. You form a Healing Sphere out of the Healing Mist at the target location for 2 minutes. They cost 2,000 mana. Very, very cheap. If allies walk through it, they consume the sphere, healing themselves for 21,000. A maximum of 3 healing spheres can be active at the monk at any one time. A good monk is going to be replacing healing spheres in the melee, in the rage camp, whatever it might be. You see that guy just walk through it. Beautiful. Thank you, Xylos. You saw Xylos just walk through them. Boom. Picked himself up a ton of healing. I'm going to plop some around him so you can see some healing coming from those. I'm so newbie. Just drop them all there. A little bit over ambitious there with my healing spheres. They do so little over healing. They're really effective. Really, really effective. Your HP per mana is always good with the healing spheres. Make sure that while you're moving, because you can drop these. Let's see, we had to move very quickly. You can see I can cast them while moving. All good stuff. We can replace them. All that kind of stuff is so cool. Watch out for your healing spheres, guys. A good monk is going to be making good use of healing spheres. We still get the 1 buff, only with 1 buff. We get the 5% extra agility as the Mistweaver. Our big cooldown then is Life Cocoon. You encase the target in a cocoon of chi energy. It costs 5,000 mana, so super cheap. Absorbing 81,000 damage, increasing all periodic healing taken by 50%. So that's only hots, remember, not direct heals. This is an equivalent to sort of Lay on Hands. It doesn't heal, obviously, as much as Lay on Hands, which is critting for sort of crazy amounts at the moment, and especially at level 90. But what it is it's giving you a shield, so there's very little overhealing. It's going to get absorbed. It lasts for 12 seconds, and your tank is likely to take 81,000 damage, especially in a raid setting, in that 12-second period. And during that time, you are definitely getting a lot of periodic heals. You're going to have renews and stuff from the druids. You're going to have all sorts of regrowths, all sorts of crazy crap going on from everyone else. All good. This is a really nice single-target raid DPS cooldown. So that is your equivalent of your pain suppression, your guardian angel, whatever it might be. Your single target, save the tank's ass, pull that guy out, crap heal, is your life cocoon. Have it keybound. You need it. It's awesome. Now, let's talk about the mana interaction. Healers, you're going to be generating something called mana tea. Now, I don't have any at the moment. See if I can quickly generate some. No, it's taking me too long to generate any, but we'll see some. I'll just keep playing while I'm doing it. Now, you get this cooldown, which is similar to sort of Divine Plea, in a way. Let's see if I can get one here. Let's throw an Enveloping Mist on this guy. Didn't get one. Never mind. You'll start building up tea. Little tea leaves, and they stack up to 5, I believe, or 6. Or they might just continue to stack. And these, when you want to, you can use mana tea. Mana tea restores 4% of your maximum mana. There we go. Finally got one. There's a mana tea. You can see the leaf there. It lasts for 2 minutes. Using mana tea to consume these charges. Now, these charges will build up. It might be indefinitely. I'm not seeing a limit on it. But in general, 4 is a good time to use it, I find. It restores 4% of your maximum mana per stack of Mana Tea active. Mana Tea must be channeled, lasting 1 second per stack. Cancelling the channel will not waste stacks. Very important. You do not waste stacks. I love that. I think that is a brilliant little touch. They do not waste stacks, and you can keep building these up while you're healing. Now, this is going to regenerate some mana. You can see I'm up to 2 stacks there, and then I channel it. There's my Mana Tea, regenerating my mana. So it's a very quick cast, depending on how many stacks of the Mana Tea you actually have. Now, you're going to get into a cyclic rotation here of using mana, then using Mana Tea to get your mana back. You will not regenerate more mana than you have used to generate the Mana Tea. That's very important. It's not a case of infinite mana. That is just really not the case. But it is a nice mana resource that you can build up and choose to use whenever you want it. I really like Divine Plea. You could just decide, hey, this is a little bit of quiet time. I can throw out my Divine Plea. Same thing for the monks. It's a little bit of quiet time. I've got a few seconds. I've got 5 seconds that I can just chill, use up my Mana Tea, boom, I'm ready to go again, making best use of it. Obviously, use your stacks around about 4, I would say. Get yourself in good shape. So let's move on. We've talked about Renewing Mist. We've talked about, another raid cooldown. Awesome. We get another raid cooldown called Revival. It costs 8,000 mana. Not mega cheap, but not too bad. It's on a 3-minute cooldown. Instantly heals all, you read that right, guys, all party and raid members within vision for 63,000 and clears them of any harmful magical, poison and disease effects. Wow. Just wow. That sounds so overpowered. It sounds insane to me, this spell. It really does. A 3-minute cooldown. It's almost like Divine Hymn, but without the channel. And it's removing all magic, poison, disease effects. You have some mad debuffs spread across everybody. Boom, Revival, just cleared it all. No big deal at all. Fuck you, boss. Everybody's looking weak. We're about to wipe. There's 70,000 health for absolutely everybody. Which doesn't sound a lot when you consider the large amount of health that people have at level 90, but this obviously scales with it. It's so cool, guys. Revival is a brilliant little ability. 3-minute cooldown, which isn't too bad at all. We're going to get to use it once, twice a fight, and we're going to get a lot of healing out of it. Can you imagine how much your healing meters are going to look cheesed when you throw out 2 of these bad boys on 25 gangsters who all need some healing? Let alone the fact that you're clearing them of all debuffs. It doesn't matter. With Revival, you're kicking ass and taking names. So cool. Let's talk about Spinning Crane Kick. I'm surrounded by some people. This is your other go-to AoE heal. So I'm going to start spinning around. Boom, boom, boom. Looks fabulous, right? I thought you guys would like that. Yeah, baby. So Spinning Crane Kick for the Mistweaver does healing. It only does it while you're channeling. You can see that. So it's generating me some chi as well. Now, this is your AoE healing style. As Renewing Mist heals up to 4 people, it's not really a go-to spell like you would think Renew is for the single target healing. You can, of course, use it. But for single target healing, there's very, very little better than channeling some Soothing Mists, using your big Surging Mist, which are instant cast, generating your ass some chi, and then throwing on the big Enveloping Mist to make sure everybody's getting a huge hot. That's basically your go-to single target healing rotation. At the same time, you're generating some Mana Tea, all good. But what about AoE healing, Preacher? With AoE healing, we're going to be throwing out Renewing Mists, which is all good. I can't throw it on other people. You're going to be throwing out Renewing Mist, which is then going to start, got the 3 charges, going to hop to 3 other people, giving them all heals, and then we're going to be using Uplift, and in between all that time, we're going to be using some Spinning Crane Kick. So what you might find is you're going to go and gangster up in the melee, spinning out some Spinning Crane Kicks, and then throwing Renewing Mists out on the range, so you're healing both the ranged and the melee in good fashion, and then you're mixing it in with Uplift to make sure everybody's getting big, badass heals. What's our big cooldown? What's our big cooldown? That big cooldown is going to be this bad boy here. It's called Thunder Focus Tea. Boom, boom, boom! 1 cheat. It costs us 1 cheat. It's on a 45-second cooldown. You receive a jolt of energy. So basically, they should rename this a can of monster. Doubling the healing done by your surging mists. Okay, so that's surging mist, which is a huge heal. It's huge. It's 36,000 baseline. With a Thunder Focus Tea, that bad boy just got moved to 70,000 baseline. Critting 140k. Awesome. So we get that if we use our Surging Mist. And Uplift refreshes the duration of your Renewing Mists on all targets. Now this is what I'm talking about. You can have up to 20 people with correct play all covered by Renewing Mist, because we've got Renewing Mist on one target, we've got Renewing Mist flying around on another target, we've then used Uplift and refreshed with Thunder Focus Tea, refreshed all those Renewing Mists on every single of those targets, and then we started throwing out more Renewing Mists, and there's a gap in between where you're going to cast another one. That's 5 casts of Renewing Mists, mixed in with a Thunder Focus Tea Uplift. That's some badass AoE healing right there. That shit is crazy. That is absolutely crazy amounts of healing going to be flying out when you use your Thunder Focus Tea. The last thing I want to talk about is your Summon Jade Serpent statue, baby. Let's throw that bad boy down. Boom, because he always looks good. Hey-oh. There he is. You might have seen this thing in your 5-mans on beta. You might have been wondering, what the fuck does this thing do? You want to use this bad boy all the time. You want to have it down in your 5-mans, you want to have it down in your raid bosses, you always want this thing down. Just before you pull, ideally, it costs 11,000 mana. It summons a Jade Serpent statue at the target location. It lasts for 15 minutes. Only one statue can be activated at a time, obviously. The passive is Eminence. When the monk deals non-auto attack damage, the summoned Jade Serpent statue will heal the lowest health nearby targets for 50% of the damage done. So this thing needs to be down if you're going to do a little bit of damage while you're waiting for your mana regen. Your summoned Jade Serpent statue is going to back your ass up. He's your gangster, he's your bro, he's your homie. He's going to look absolutely after you. And you also get Serpent's Accord. While you cast Soothing Mist, the Jade Serpent statue will also cast Soothing Mist on an injured ally within 40 yards. That does not mean he's healing your target. So if I heal this guy, you can see that it's healing me. See that? How good's that? So I'm healing him, he's healing me. Obviously I'm the only one in my party, so it's going to be healing me. But that could, let's say this chappie over here, let's say Selfie was looking a little bit weak on the damage. I'm healing Majiwal or Waka, of course. And then the Jade Serpent statue is going to heal Selfie over there. So you've effectively doubled the healing of your Soothing Mist. Awesome, right? That is the Mistweaver Monk, boys and girls. It's all looking good. Looks very fun. I'm going to jump into some gameplay, and then we're going to show you how this all works together. Later, ballers.